The Ubuntu Rally was fun, New York was great, but it's time for us to start the long trek back home. We're home! We're home from our 11-day road trip to New York, and it was a great trip. And just like all great trips, there's lots of stories and some I haven't gotten to share yet. So I want to share a couple with you in this video, and let's start with one of my favorite happy accidents. One of my signature moves led to us going to the playground for podcasters, the bouncy house for broadcasters, the one, the only B&H Photo. Well, in true road trip tradition, I have misplaced my SD card reader. Oh, look at the microphones, Noah. Look at all the microphones. One of my first impressions of B&H is just when you think you have everything figured out, you discover there's more store and more stuff, and legitimately almost all of it. What do we have over there?
Lighting.
Yeah,
lighting.
I know.
We have to go look at lighting.
Noah and I get very excited. Hadia, you've been a real champ putting up.
Well, this is like the camera version of Powell's bookstore.
Yeah.
I can get with it.
Going to move right past the drone and VR section, so that way we don't murder the wallet. So after being sent around a few different places, we got sent upstairs and we got sent over there and over here. We asked again for a third time, and we found him for real this time. We got it. The vlog is saved. We can, I guess we can go now. I guess we're done here now. There's also a moment that was rather surprising, nearly shocking actually, and that was when they announced that iPhone 7 users were being actively attacked in the hotel. So each morning starts with a talk, and then they wrapped up the conference with a rather funny notice.
If you have an iPhone 7, please turn off Wi-Fi or upgrade to iOS 11. A zero-day firmware exploit was released today, and if you have Wi-Fi enabled on your iPhone, hackers are actively trying to spoof the Canonical network and try to get your phone to join a fake Canonical network, which will insert a Trojan horse into your iPhone 7 firmware. So please upgrade to iOS 11.
Upgrade your firmware.
Turn off your Wi-Fi.
Wow, that's a hell of a warning. I'm waiting to hear from Hadia. I just sent her a text message telling her that I need to get my hands on her phone to update it from Hello, gorgeous.
I am so sorry. My watch didn't tell me that you were messaging me, so...
Is your Bluetooth?
I waited.
You got the Bluetooth off on?
Yeah, it's even connected.
Your Bluetooth is on?
Yeah.
Well, so, funny thing. So somebody in the hotel is actively exploiting iPhones. Definitely iPhone 7s, but I'm worried you have a 6S. I feel like we should just be safe and upgrade yours too. And they're installing permanent malware into the firmware. This is the warning they just gave us.
Why?
From the lulz. So doing a little reading on the internet, it looks like this is the bug. It is iPhone 7 specific, and it was found by Google's Project Zero, which this is a huge find for them. Project Zero getting an iPhone Wi-Fi firmware bug in the Broadcom firmware on iPhone 7. The good news about that is it's just me that's affected. Hadia is not affected by this, and anyone running iOS 11. not affected by this either. But it appears what happens is that the attacker is able to write to the firmware of the Wi-Fi chip and then permanently own that. No epic road trip story could be complete without the final leg of the journey, so that takes us to Salt Lake City. It's day 11 of our Ubuntu Rally road trip. We are in Salt Lake City and we're recharging in an AirB&B before we make the big push home. We're gonna try to make it back up to Seattle from Utah in one day. Since we left New York, we have been driving like we have never driven before. Every day is excruciatingly long. Yesterday it was 15 hours of driving, not counting some of the extra stops where we got out of the car for a little bit. Right now, Lady Baby Navigator right here is making sure our route home is sane. How's it look?
It looks pretty good. So yesterday we left from North Platte, Nebraska, came all the way over here. We went through Colorado and Salt Lake City. And you can see we've done this trip before. I think it was on our way home from Austin.
Yeah.
Because we have our line mapped for the route that we took.
Right.
We could take that same route. There's a couple of other routes we could take, but they take a little extra time. So then you're looking at novelty versus efficiency.
The reason for the big push today is I need to make it home by Sunday morning to record Linux Action News with Joe. If I don't make it in time, then the show doesn't go out and a whole domino of production things happen. So that's sort of our big driver, and I'm pretty confident if we make the right route, we can make it happen.
Okay, keys left here.
Yep, there's no coming back once we go out that door.
There's no coming back.
All right. What are you doing?
Well, my underwear fell over there earlier.
So you're double checking your underwear?
Double check.
Probably a good idea.
I got my
All right.
buddies.
Goodbye, little Airbnb. Thank you for having Wi-Fi. That was very helpful. Well, since we've got nothing but a few hours of driving, I figured I'd kill a little time and catch you up on a few things that we did. So right after we left New York City and about halfway through Pennsylvania, we really needed to stretch our legs, and we found a unique way to do that. We're in Pennsylvania on our way home from New York, and we wound up in what is billed as one of the largest cigar shops in the nation. Cigars International. This is like one part lounge, one part bar, and obviously one huge part cigar shop. I know nothing about cigars. Do you know anything really about cigars?
No, I think they smell good.
Yeah, so we got some help. Yeah, we went in just kind of to stretch our legs and learned a lot about cigars.
Yes.
You know what? That's pretty cool. Not that we're gonna smoke them. They're just totally.
No.
They're just totally for looking at. Kids never smoke.
Sniffing. We got them for the kids.
Stay in school. These are that's what they are.
For the kids.
They're for the kids. We are pulling up to what should be our last fill-up of this 11-day road trip. It's kind of awesome it's ending in a Love's too. That's that's sort of perfect, isn't it? So we're gonna get a snack because we're both starving. And how many hours have you been driving? I mean, I've been working.
I've only been driving for an hour or two.
Okay.
You drove for a good chunk of time.
Yeah. Lots of drive. Anyways, time to eat. Adia goes for the coffee caffeine. I go for the bubbly caffeine. Bubbly. I'm also gonna try to get a protein, so that way I don't start eating my own stomach during the trip. Okay, I got my caffeine. What'd you find?
Well, I got coffee and I'm putting my creamer in it, and I came across this. This is just like an extra shot of caffeine, and they say to limit it to 2 per day. The nice lady here says that people do like 3 or 4 or 5.
You're not gonna do it?
No, not yet.
Dinner is done, the sun is setting. It's good to be back in Washington. Feels right, feels natural to see all these trees around here. But We could take a moment and sort of reflect on how many states we've now been through now that we're back in Washington.
Yeah.
Do you have a number?
Yeah, I think if I did my count right, and you include Washington State, we're at 19 or 20.
What?
Yeah,
Great,
I was expecting 13 or 14, but 19 or 20. And then if you count the ones we went through twice, we're closer to 25.
Oh, your face. Counted them twice.
Whoa!
Could you tell we're a little road punchy?
Shut up.
So the lady got us just a half hour up from Seattle. We're swapping drivers and we'll take us in for the last push. It is rainy and windy. It has been rough driving.
Also, we don't know where we are.
And there go the lights. And we don't know where we are. Yeah, but that's all just temporary problems. We'll get it figured out pretty quick. We have found our on-ramp back to I-90. All is well. Back on route to Seattle we go.
Woo! Right, the motherfucker!
You know, that son of a bitch, we almost got right sideswiped by somebody. And we are 30 minutes from home.
Yeah.
We are in downtown Everett. We have driven from New York City, and some stupid Washington State driver almost takes us out on the freeway in the final stretch. Isn't that typical?
Without even knowing it.
Washington, you have the worst drivers in the country. There's Lady Jupes.
Did we leave the bedroom light on?
No, I just turned them on.
Oh. Woo!
I turned those on and I turned the heaters on for us.
Oh my god.
So
I gotta get out now. I can't wait.
It should be nice.
I gotta go.
It should be nice.
I gotta go.
It should be nice and.
I'm going.
It should be nice and cozy when we get.
That's not my phone. I'm going out.
Well, this is what it's really like after a long road trip. You show up, it's dark, and it's wet. It'd be way cooler if there was like some sort of epic drone chase shot instead. Hey, let's hit the road. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar.